Did you know the fireball from a nuclear explosion can reach temperatures 4 to 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, around 100 million degrees Celsius? Imagine that heat, so intense it vaporizes everything near the blast in an instant. Whole cities turned into molten wastelands. But that blinding flash of fire, that's only the beginning of the nightmare. Just seconds later, a shock wave, faster than a speeding bullet, tears through the air. It smashes buildings and throws everything it touches like toys. Fires erupt everywhere. They grow out of control, turning neighborhoods into raging infernos. And then, the silent horror arrives. Deadly radiation, invisible but fatal. It poisons the air, water, and soil for miles around. But what does this all mean for the people caught in this nightmare? In today's video, we will take you through the horrifying chain of destruction in a nuclear attack, from the instant explosion to the deadly fallout and the long-lasting nightmare survivors face. Have you ever wondered what really happens in the very first second of a nuclear explosion? We all know about the mushroom cloud from movies, but the real nightmare starts way before that. So, here's the deal. The bomb usually explodes in the air between 100 and 1000 meters above the ground. This is called an airburst, and it's done to cause the most damage over a bigger area. Right below the blast, on the ground, is called ground zero. That's where the explosion hits hardest. Now, in that first second, a fireball forms that's hotter than anything you can imagine. Over 100 million degrees Celsius, hotter than the center of the sun. And if you're close, like within 1 to 3 kilometers from ground zero, you don't get hurt, you just vaporize. People, cars, buildings, all just disappear instantly. And the light? So bright that even if you're 85 kilometers away and look at it for even a second, you could go blind. Also, guys, here's something crazy. During the Hiroshima and Nagasaki blasts, some people vanished instantly, but their shadows stayed burned on walls, like ghost marks. It's chilling when you think about it. And that's just the start. The first second is only the beginning of a destruction that gets worse by the second. Now, picture this. An invisible, silent wall of pressure speeding out at thousands of kilometers per hour. It's moving faster than you can imagine, but you won't hear it coming. It's like the calm before a storm. And then, boom, destruction like you've never seen. Buildings? They don't just fall, they fold and crumble like paper. Skyscrapers? They collapse in on themselves. Cars? Smashed like toys. People caught outside, thrown like rag dolls, or hit by flying debris, with bones breaking instantly. And here's something crazy. The air pressure from that blast rises so fast, it can actually crush your lungs from the inside out. It's like the blast is trying to squeeze the life right out of everything. This shockwave is pure, silent destruction, brutal and unstoppable. So, what comes next in this deadly chain? Let's keep going and find out. Alright guys, so after that crushing shock wave, the next terror hits. The thermal wave, or as I like to call it, fire falling from the sky. This isn't just any heat. It's a blazing wall of fire that can spread for miles. Trees, cars, homes, everything starts burning instantly. And get this, even if you're 4 kilometers away from ground zero, you can still suffer serious third-degree burns. That's like being far but still feeling the heat of a giant oven. Now, if you think being inside behind glass will save you, think again. The blast can shatter windows, sending razor-sharp shards flying inside at crazy speeds, cutting and hurting anyone nearby. It's like a fiery storm with sharp knives raining down. So, what happens after this burning chaos? Let's find out next. Alright, we survived the fireball, shockwave, and the blazing heat, but now the real nightmare starts, the fallout. What's fallout? Think of it like invisible, deadly dust raining down from the sky. It's made of tiny bits of earth, melted metal, and radioactive chemicals with scary names like cesium-137, iodine-131, and strontium-90. This dust settles everywhere, on streets, rooftops, and even on people. You can't see it, but it slowly poisons everything it touches. Breathing in just a few tiny particles can cause serious sickness, even cancer, years later. And if it rains, fallout comes down faster, making it even more dangerous. So yeah, the danger doesn't end with the blast. It sticks around, quietly, like a hidden killer. Next, we'll talk about what happens to people caught in this fallout and how it changes everything. Let's dive in. Alright guys, now let's talk about the worst part, the human cost. In just the first 60 seconds after a nuclear bomb hits, hundreds of thousands of people can die. And it's not a peaceful or quick death for most. Many get trapped under rubble, suffocating in collapsed basements. Hospitals destroyed, emergency teams, they can't help because they're hit too. Think about Hiroshima in 1945. One bomb killed around 140,000 people in just a few months, with many dying instantly or suffering terrible injuries. Survivors crawl out, injured, blind, burned, but the nightmare isn't over. Radiation poisoning waits, slowly harming their bodies and minds. This is why nuclear attacks are so terrifying. The destruction is fast, brutal, and the pain lasts long after. Next, we'll explore how radiation spreads and why it's so dangerous. Stay with me. Radiation doesn't always kill right away. Hours or even days later, survivors start to feel its brutal effects. They vomit, bleed from their gums, and lose their hair. Their organs begin to fail. The skin blisters and peels off like paper. The immune system breaks down completely. Kids are the most at risk. Even if they survive the blast itself, many face slow and painful deaths from this invisible enemy. Take Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Thousands didn't die right away. Instead, radiation claimed their lives days and weeks after the bombs fell. This invisible threat lingers long after the fire and shock waves fade. Okay friends, so we've seen the blast and fallout, but the chaos gets even worse. First, medical systems collapse. Hospitals still standing are overwhelmed. No antibiotics, no painkillers, no clean tools. Doctors face impossible choices. Who gets help? Who doesn't? Burn victims wait for hours, sometimes in vain. Next, the EMP attack, electromagnetic pulse. It fries electronics for hundreds of kilometers. Planes drop from the sky. Phones die. Power grids crash. Water stops. Traffic lights go dark. Cities are thrown back to the 1800s. No electricity, no communication, no refrigeration. Even far-off areas suffer. Finally, nuclear winter. Fires send soot into the sky, blocking the sun. The planet cools, crops fail, famine spreads. Scientists warn a big nuclear war could lower Earth's temperature by up to 3 degrees Celsius for years, destroying farming and risking human survival. The blast is just the start. The world after a nuclear attack is a nightmare on many levels. It's time for Factssay Confidence Score. After everything we've talked about, the fireball, the shockwave, the deadly fallout, and the collapse of everything we depend on, it's clear how close we are to a disaster, unlike anything we've ever seen. Tensions between powerful countries keep rising. One small mistake, one false alarm, could set off a chain reaction we can't stop. So now, before we end, what's the biggest misunderstanding people have about nuclear war? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to know what you think. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.